Hello, Tankers and Gamers. Momentary Genius here with a somewhat embarrassing video that was brought about because after spending a long stretch of playing mediums and heavy tanks to fulfill the hard case contract and the VK whatever German premium contract that I wasn't able to complete because time ran out, and I was sure as hell not about to spend any gold on fulfilling that contract. But in doing so, with all that heavy tank and medium tank play, I got a little rusty with the skill for ATGMs, and I just want everyone to know that it does take skill to use ATGMs, and I realize a lot of people are a bit salty when it comes to ATGMs. Maybe not as salty as they might have for hatred for artillery, but it's, kind of like a lesser cousin. I think most of it comes down to the simple fact that A, there's been an increased proliferation of ATGM capable tanks or fighting vehicles. I mean, no one really wants to use ATGMs out of the T-72s or T-62 tanks, as that takes way too long for them to load, and you can do far more damage with just using the primary or standard rounds out of that boomstone. And for one thing, I've become even more wary for light tanks and ATGM tanks is just because, well, like the recent AMX 13, let me see if I can get this, AMX 13, SS11, TSA, I just call it the AMX ATGM. There's been kind of a balance, if you will, to the force, because simply put, the multi-weapon system capable tanks, i.e. the French mediums, have really been an equalizer for light tanks. You can get rammed, slammed with the primary boomstone, and then just absolutely wrecked by the secondary 20mm cannon. Something that, like the BMP-2, if it doesn't annihilate a tank with the first opening salvo from the missile, it's a very short-lived time. And, speaking of this very unfortunate incident where I was somewhat helpful dealing with this tank, makes me realize, brings up the subject of penguins, and if anyone's interested and have kids, there's a very good young adult novel called The Curse of the Were-Penguin by Alan Woodrow. My kids have been enjoying reading it. I've been enjoying reading it to them. Highly recommend check it out. And if you like series, there's 2 sequels to it. So, back to the embarrassment. Now here we have an RDFLT, which I quite enjoy because you can snipe with this. Now, you can also snipe with ATGMs, except you take the slowest HE round, you cut that in half, and then you spend all that time with that ATGM being like, just don't move, please don't move, please don't shoot me. That's the biggest thing. Once you fire the ATGM, you gotta stay locked on. And you can't really move. Sometimes you can in certain situations, but the more still you are, the better your chances are hitting a target and really hoping you penetrate. Love it when there's more ERA in this game. But that's the modernization of tanks. So, yeah, you think this has been sloppy tanking. Wait till you see what comes up next. I was really, not pleased with my performance here and did not realize how bad I'd gotten. Now, I realize some of you may know that I own the WZ-122, but I'm not going to spam one particular tank, especially if I have to fulfill a contract regarding specifically heavy tanks. Now, right here is embarrassing, but that's what happens when you have multi-weapon systems and you aren't paying attention to what button you may have been pressing, slapping, and mashing. Thankfully, though, I was able to secure the kill, which really came at the cost of HP that I don't like losing, because in a light tank of any sort, you don't like losing HP. But unfortunately, it gets worse, because, yep, here we are. It's towards the match. Okay, I missed. Shooting on the move, you never know, but hey, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Thankfully, I've got my lovely 20mm, and son of a bitch, I just hit reload when I had half a clip left, which, okay, so I'm caught on a reload for both the primary and also for my ATGMs. And here's a juicy target, totally distracting, not engaging. Get the ATGM to him. And there, it's my kill. That's my kill. That's not my kill. Ooh, I was not pleased with my performance. Thankfully, though, when you do slam an ATGM that penetrates in the sweet spot of a tank that gets maximum damage, you tend to rack up XP and damage quickly. Thank God. But please, please remember, if you get taken out by an ATGM, a lot of skill and luck went into taking you out and putting you back in the garage. So don't hate the player too much, because sometimes there is just luck. Well, Home Terror Genius signing off. Hope you keep the tracks on the ground and RNG's in your favor, and